Oh, hey Irv, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you too.
It's not a bad day, huh?
It's okay.
Yeah? Well, what do you got going there, Irv?
Gonna fry me up a turkey.
Oh, you ever fry up a turkey before?
Yeah, but how hard could it be? Don't need a cooking show for this one.
You want to be real careful with those things, Irv, because
Oh, yeah. I got this one, Mr. Dish It Up Easy.
Really? Hey, how big is that thing?
It's a 22-pounder. What's it to you?
Are you having a lot of people over today?
Yeah, just me and the missus.
Oh, yeah. Well, same here. I mean, this seems like an awful lot of work. We're just doing a nice little turkey meatloaf this year.
Well, we like a lot of leftovers, okay?
That thing's not frozen, is it?
Frozen solid.
Oh, well, listen, you can't put a frozen turkey into that hot oil like that. It'll,
Why don't you mind your own business? And go make your little turkey loaf thingy.
No! You want to just come over to my house and have turkey meatloaf today? All right. Come on, I'll show you how to make it. Oh.
Turn on that oven, crank up that stove. There ain't no use in them being cold. Throw it on the chopping block.
Chop it up,
Break out the mixing bowl,
mix it
and
up,
you can dish it up easy.
dish it up easy,
We're making it easy.
making it easy.
Dish it up easy as 1, 2, 3. You'll be serving it up. Just wait and see. Dish it up easy.
Dish it up easy,
Dish it up easy.
dish it up easy.
Welcome to Dish It Up Easy. I'm Mark DeSaro, your host, and this is our Thanksgiving episode. And today, we're going to talk turkey. Now, most of us are accustomed to cooking up and eating one of these big boys right here. A lot of work in the kitchen and a lot of time. Now, let's say you don't want to spend that kind of time or do the work this year, and maybe you have a small gathering of people coming over. I got the solution. Turkey meatloaf. Super easy, super tasty, and the best part is you get the leftover meatloaf sandwiches. All right, now, if you've already purchased a turkey, not to worry. You can take this, put it in the freezer. They're good for up to a year. You can pull it out for Christmas, New Year's, or any other event. All right, as usual on the show, we got Dad. He's right up here. He watches everything that we do, and we'll be right back, and we're gonna make that turkey meatloaf. Okay, so I have a frying pan here. I've put in 2 tablespoons of butter, and we're gonna saute up some onions and some garlic. Now, I have a 1.5 cups of yellow sweet onion that I've chopped fine. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. And I have 3 cloves of garlic that are minced. I'm gonna add that in. I have 1 teaspoon of dried thyme. Now, thyme and turkey are best friends. We're gonna go ahead and add that in. And then 1 teaspoon of oregano. Go ahead and put that in. Now, this is going to take a few minutes. We're going to stir it occasionally until it browns up nicely. Okay, our onions and garlic are sauteed and they browned up perfectly. We're going to let this sit and cool, and we're going to start mixing our other ingredients. Okay, so now we're going to start mixing up our ingredients, and you want to make sure before you start that you have nice clean hands because we're going to be using these coming up here. All right, I have two 20-ounce packages of fresh ground turkey. Now you find this in the meat section at the market. This will total 2.5 pounds. All right, so we're going to get that in our mixing bowl. Dump that right in. Now from there, we're going to go ahead and add in 1 cup of fresh white breadcrumbs. Now I've used a food processor to grind these up nice and fine. You can certainly just chop it up with a knife in small pieces. Either one will work, no problem. So we'll go ahead and dump that breadcrumbs in, just like that. Now I have 2 eggs. We're going to put those in. The eggs are going to be the binding agent for this. It's going to hold the loaf together nice and firm. All right. Now, if you watched our killer garlic cheese bread episode, you'll remember our secret ingredient, zesty steak sauce. Okay, now this is not your normal brown steak sauce. This is the orange brown one. You find it in the same aisle, and this provides a nice zesty, tangy flavor. I have a 1/2 cup here. I'm going to go ahead and add that in. Perfect. Now, I have 4 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Now, turkey and Worcestershire, they're great friends too. I'm going to go ahead and dump that in. We're going to put in a little cheesy goodness. I have a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. This will add that nice cheesy flavor and incorporate well with these ingredients. We'll put that in. Now next, we're going to put in 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. Now this Dijon mustard is a strong mustard. We're going to go ahead and that'll give it a very nice mustardy flavor. Put that in there. And then from there we have our Italian flat leaf parsley that I've chopped fine. We're going to put in 2 tablespoons. Now this is going to provide a nice coloring throughout the loaf and also that wonderful parsley flavor. So 2 tablespoons, and we're going to save a little bit later on for a top garnish. Okay. I have a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We don't need too much sodium because we have plenty of things in there that have a sodium base. And then we're going to move over to our sauteed onions and garlic. They've cooled. We're going to get those in there. And we definitely want them to cool because we got to mix with our hands. All right? Now, this is the perfect time to have the kids get into the action and have a little fun getting their hands dirty and squishy in the mixing process. And yes, my hands are extremely clean. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to start mixing all this up. And you want to use a bit of a folding technique here. And we'll get this all incorporated. Same process as when you make meatballs. Make sure that all the ingredients incorporate together, and that's where the folding process comes in here. As you can see, I'm just kind of lifting and rolling. You can do a little bit of the squeeze stuff. Okay, now I'm going to rinse my hands off and we're going to go ahead and put this in our loaf pan. Okay, so our mixture is all done. I've got my hands washed off. We're going to go ahead and put it into our loaf pan. Now, you want to make sure you're using a large loaf pan, and this particular one I have here is real nice because it has a removable tray. So when the loaf is done, you can pop this out, let it cool, and cut right out of here. All right, so we're going to go ahead using a large spoon, and we're going to start spooning it into our pan. And what's important here is that we pack it down nice and tight, and that's what's going to make a nice firm loaf. So we'll get that in there. Packing that in. And as you can see, this is going to fill up this pan just perfectly. Get that all in there. Perfect. Okay, now you're going to want to work this a little bit and make sure that you fill up that corners, because when this comes out, you want to have a nice shaped loaf. Get that nice and packed in. You don't want any air gaps in there. Okay, perfect. Now, on to our topping. This is a very simple topping, and it's very good. It's a combination of sweet and tangy. I have a 1/4 cup of ketchup, and I have a 1/4 cup of barbecue sauce. Gonna mix the two together. Now, you can use just about any barbecue sauce that you like. If you like one that's a little spicier or hotter than the other, that's fine. Okay, we'll get those two together. We're gonna go ahead and mix that up. Now we're going to go ahead and spread this out nice and evenly. And the best way to do this is with a larger spoon. Good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and spread this out nice and evenly across the top. It's a 1/2 cup total, which is just perfect to create a nice even layer on the top of our loaf. Now from there, we'll go ahead and we'll garnish with a little bit of our parsley just to give it a little bit of color, like so. Nice and even. And that's it. This guy's ready to go in the oven. Now, I've preheated the oven to 375 degrees. This is going to take 1 hour and 15 minutes, although some oven temperatures may vary. Now, with turkey, it's very important that you check the internal temperature. So I'm going to suggest that you use a meat thermometer such as this one, and you want to make sure that you're 165 degrees or above, and then you know it's cooked perfectly. Okay, I've pulled the turkey meatloaf out of the oven and I'm going to let it cool for just a bit. Now, I've also checked the internal temperature and it's above 165 degrees, which means it's ready to eat. Now, you can serve this up with your favorite potato and veggie sides, and you can also substitute out the sweet and tangy topping for a traditional Thanksgiving white or brown gravy. All right, that's it for this one. Now, you can watch this episode again and all our previous episodes, and you can get all the recipes on our website, dishitupeasy.com. You can also follow us on Twitter, and please like us on Facebook. And we invite you to send in your photos of the dishes that you make from this show, and we'll post them on our fan page. Okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a very, very happy holiday season. From all of us at Dish It Up Easy, we'll see you next time.
God, I wanted leftovers this year.
Leftovers, huh? Well, this is what's left, and it's definitely over.